republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
History of many millennia has periods of discrimination. It is also important to understand how Indian society and leaders have reflected upon it and continue to address it.
Privilege to come here and speak with the friends in New Jersey. Like MC Sahab mentioned that how dialogue is something which is very crucial. Dialogue is something which is very critical to the culture and civilization which we represent. Gita, you see, it's a product of dialogue between Shri Krishna and Arjuna. Our Constitution of India, the Constitution of India for that matter, it is one of the lengthiest constitutions of the world. And there were leaders and makers of our Constitution who discussed, debated and deliberated upon each and every specific provisions of the Constitution. Freedom of speech and expression, dissent, the forms of government, and so on. This is how we build an independent, unbiased, and objective discourse on caste issues, friends. Caste definitely has become an academically polarizing issue now. But there are some points which we need to understand. Dr. Ambedkar, as we know, the chairperson of the drafting committee of the Constitution of India. And at times I think when there are efforts to do this conflation between caste and race, Dr. Ambedkar, friends, acknowledged this as a problem. He categorically says that on 26th of January 1950, on 26th of January 1950, we are going to enter into a life of contradictions. On 26th of January 1950, we are going to enter into a life of contradictions, where we will have equality in politics with the principle of one man, one vote. But we will have gross inequality in social and economic life. He is warning a person from the Dalit community is the chief architect of the Constitution of India. So it puzzles me a bit. The nature of struggle of Dalit community in India and the nature of struggle of African American community in the United States is fundamentally different. Friends, the day we got independence, we had a constitutional provision of affirmative action and special preference for persons belonging to scheduled caste, scheduled tribe in government-sponsored education and employment. But it took the United States more than 150 years. Fundamentally, the nature of struggle is so different. And you do, only in the name of your agenda, there is some conflation of caste and race. Definitely, there is no denying of the struggle. There is no denying of the exploitative practices. But the nature of struggle is different. In 2014, how things has changed diametrically. In 2014, when the present Prime Minister gave his first speech in the Parliament, on the floor of the Parliament, he opens his speech and says that my government, Meri Sarkar, Garib, Dalit, Soshit, Pedit, Vanchit, the camaraderie and the warmth has been fundamental, essential and non-negotiable from our culture and civilization. That is why, friends, I sort of thought of presenting this alternate point of view to all of you, that what actually is happening, the social churn which is happening, and at the institutional level, how what we call it a deepening of democracy which is happening back home in India. Thank you so much for being patient in these opportunities.
Thank you. Thank you. I think that was extremely insightful. You have just painted a canvas with a lot of facts and data. So, as we say, the Indian scenario, and I open the forum for questions, rather a dialogue. If anybody has an alternate point or
presentation, you are painting this picture of of Hindutva being a vehicle for empowerment, correct?
It was a great experience to speak with the members of Indian American community here in New Jersey, and I was eagerly looking forward to it because I was told that New Jersey has a lot of Indian American people, and we generally spoke about it was an interaction, a dialogue on how social justice has been very central to our culture, our civilization, and how even in terms of our constitutional values, social justice has been at the cornerstone. It was great interacting with the members of the community here. We have had members from the Woodbridge Human Rights Commission as well, and they thoroughly enjoyed the conversation. I am truly privileged and honored to have been given this opportunity to speak about these issues. Today in India, there is a massive social revolution happening, friends. We have, for the first time in our history, we have a woman from the Adivasi Samaj, a woman from the tribal community as the constitutional head of our country. And interestingly, she is someone who replaced a man from the Dalit Samaj. This is how inclusive we are. You look at the institutions in India, the institutions are far more socially diverse than it has ever been. Today, we have seen how India and none other than McKinsey as an agency has said that we have become the fifth largest economy. And this growth is not one-sided, this growth is not lopsided. It is a growth which is distributive in nature. We have seen the massive socio-economic revolution which is happening in the last 8 years, and how truly the people of India have also resoundingly supported the present regime led by the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. So we had a very refreshing conversation on different aspects, and the questions which came from the members of Indian community here who were part of this discussion, they also were very curious, and we navigated through multiple issues. It was great interacting with all of you. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Abhijit Deshpande, and I am one of the directors for Indic Dialogue. One of the reasons why we started Indic Dialogue here is we felt that there is a tremendous need to have a dialogue and a collaboration. This was really the first inaugural event of Indic Dialogue. We intend to bring voices from different backgrounds which are from this particular area, which is going to help all of us coming together. So for anybody who is watching this, I request you to please attend Indic Dialogue. We are going to put all of this onto social media as well, and we want to build a dialogue in a more mutual respect way. Thank you.
Namaste, my name is Akshar Sidana. I am on the Woodbridge Township Board of Education, and it is my privilege to be here at the Indic Dialogue. It is a wonderful event in which we got to hear some eye-opening ideas about how we can proceed further and understand what would be the next steps to make people more aware of our culture, of the progress of our country, and how we can unify all different sects. So it's wonderful I'm very thankful for being invited here. It is wonderful to be here. And it was a great event, one of its kind, the first of its kind in New Jersey. So thank you very much. Thank you very much to Mana TV for having me speak to you. Again, my name is Akshar Sidana from the Woodbridge Township Board of Education.
Good evening. This forum is called Indic Dialogue. So the whole purpose of this dialogue is to bring in learnings from the Indic civilization, the culture and the knowledge, and see how we can address the contemporary issues that we face today. For example, today we spoke about social justice. We are also planning to have topics around sustainability, which is backed by our whole dharma concept. We're also looking at conflict resolution, bringing in learnings from Mahabharata and Ramayana. So this whole series, we have just kicked it off. This is the first of its kind. And we are looking at active participation within the Woodbridge community and make it more inclusive, equity and diversity as well. So that's this program all about.